Hey everyone, I hope you're having a nice day where you are. It's nice here, nice and sunny. And for today, I took some actions for myself. There's a big push in England now against what people are using multiculturalism for, and in Canada. They're using it to promote harems, to promote the sex trade, to promote trafficking, especially of women and girls. Probably they haven't found out what's happening to the men and the boys as well. But if this is happening to women and girls, you can rest assured that it's happening to men and boys. Just like we found out what was happening in the fashion industry, where guys were being called to model shoots, to photo shoots, and it turned out that they were actually being trafficked. And I've watched movies about this, about how it's happening in America too, that parents are invited to bring their children to a photo shoot and leave them there, and then come back and pick them up later, and when they go back, they're gone. And there's no trace of where they're gone. They can't track them because they don't use cell phones in that location. Like if you have a cell phone, I have a cell phone. If I turn that cell phone off when I go for a walk, or I leave it at home sometimes I go for a walk, who's going to know where I am? Because what they did was they got these little girls telling them that they're going to be in a competition for photo shoots, and their parents left them there. When they went back to fetch them, they were gone. And they didn't turn their cell phones on at the location. So they got them to a point where they couldn't trace them anymore. And then they turned the cell phone on, and then that was a pickup location, and they took them from there, they trafficked them. Here they caught people in the fashion industry because they targeted the men and the story got out. So I'm pushing back. I am sending messages to King Charles, to the royal family, like millions of other people. And the bishops in England are pushing back. They're saying this is not on. Like, he is supposed to be defender of the faith. The faith means the Christian faith. The faith doesn't mean you do what Justin Trudeau did, which is what King Charles is doing now, dressing up in their regalia, in their clothing, going and worshipping with them in the name of defending faith in a multicultural society. Because what happened to Justin Trudeau will happen to him. And Justin Trudeau is still giving that same message around the world, that we focus on shared values. Well, what shared values are you talking about? What shared values are you talking about? Because you're not stating what those shared values are, you're just saying shared values. So for people who are promoting orgies, and if you come to my apartment and clean for sex, we'll pay you more, to them, those are their shared values. Those are not my shared values. I don't support them. If I put a post up saying that I'm an executive assistant and I'm here to offer my skills, any person in their right mind knows a traditional executive assistant handles booking of your travel, your cars, managing your appointments, taking care of the office work, overseeing accounts payables and receivables. They are standard executive assistant duties. The same with cleaning. If I advertise that I'm available to clean, it means that I wipe down countertops, I vacuum, I clean up, I do light duties. It doesn't mean you send me a text message and say, oh, if you come to my apartment, we'll pay you extra for sex. Those are not Christian values. And that is what is happening in Canada, because I've heard it, and Marco Mendocino knows it. He's heard it firsthand from people who have come to his town halls, including women that are working here on visas, Filipino women mainly. He's heard it firsthand from me. He's received emails from me telling him what's happening to me with the harassment. And this harassment, it came out in world newspapers about what Credit Suisse did. Not only to people like me, but to the executives. And what happens is they end up letting go of those executives. they'll end up letting go of the middle managers, and as a result, also me. So this is not on. It is not fair to keep putting Christians down, to put us into dead-end jobs, to promote cultures that are totally against what we stand for, and then to say that this is in the name of multiculturalism and DEI. It's not. It's not right. And you can't use the gay card either. People have been gay since time immemorial. You can't go around shooting people because of the color of their skin or because of their sex orientation. Don't take my address and my email and my phone number that you find somewhere on the internet and send it around to your orgies and your harems and all the filth that you are promoting. You want that filth? You do it to yourself. Do it to yourself. Don't do it to others. And don't send me text messages saying, honey, Mr. Jakari is waiting. I'm not your honey. That's why the society is sick, because you take words that are words of endearment and words of building closeness in a relationship, and you use them to break down that same relationship. It's awful. It's awful. I've taken my actions, and others should take their actions. And furthermore, people should respect people's boundaries. I respect people's boundaries. People have no right to disrespect my boundaries. I don't go to parties I'm not invited to. I don't go to homes I'm not invited to. Even if I want to visit someone, I send a message and I ask if it's okay. And people do the same for me. It's called respect. It's called decorum. It's not sitting at the table and discussing the color of somebody's shit while they're eating. I don't even go to people's places anymore because of how low standards have fallen in society. It's a complete sham. It's a complete sham. And you can't tell me that in the name of multiculturalism, people, whether it's women or men, should accept being taken and put in cages and raped and sodomized and accept bestiality. You can't tell me that that is multiculturalism. You can't. And that is also not kindness. Do not tell me that this is kindness. It's a complete sham. It's a complete breakdown of what our countries used to stand for. When you go to a country that is built on Christian values, you swear on the Bible. You do not swear on the Quran. You want to swear on the Quran? Go and live in an Arab country. And all the Arab countries are breaking down. Even countries that are peaceful, they're breaking down because the Western countries are breaking down, like Canada. The other countries are all coming up. The countries that stood up for Christian values, they're all coming up. But Canada is fearing the worst. It's fearing the worst. And no matter what the Prime Minister does and the government does, it just doesn't seem to turn around. It just doesn't seem to turn around. You just can't seem to get good paid jobs. There's no stability. There's no promotions. There's nothing. You're stuck in dead-end jobs for 24 years. That's racism. That's racism. I work hard. When I get into a job, I work hard. If I'm capable of it, if my health is good, I take on overtime shifts. If it's available, it's not always available. And anybody sitting back and saying, it's got nothing to do with me. Yes, it does. If you are in this community, if you are a citizen of England, if you are a citizen of America, it has everything to do with you. It's not those people's children. It's not using you. It's standing up for what is good and what is right and what democratic values are supposed to stand for. The communist countries are standing up against all this, and their economies are coming up because they're choosing Christian values. And what is happening here? We're becoming like Nigeria, where they can just come in and take women and girls you tell the school teachers, you tell the authorities, and everybody can't do anything. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. And I sent a message to Father Damien Howard on the Jesuits page, because he's the one that brought me in to be a spiritual director So it's also got something to do with him. I don't care if he says it was a long time ago. I don't care. It's not a long time ago, Damien. You guys need to stick up for me and you need to end this. What's happening in England is not on. It is not on. And don't tell me it was a long time ago. You want to talk to me? You pick up the phone. You can pick up the phone and talk to me. But I am not accepting this. This is bullshit. And it's not kindness. It's not kindness. You know what? If they're calling me an infidel, they are infidels too. And they're satanic. Because no one in their right mind goes out and encourages bestiality and misogyny and putting people into minimum wage jobs that are dead end. People, not people who are uneducated and who have no skills, people like me, who are fast-tracked into this country because we had the best skills to offer. Before I even got my spiritual direction qualifications, before I even got my master's, before I even got certified as an HR professional, I was fast-tracked into this country because I graduated from the best institution in the world, from Wits University, that stood up against racism. And this is going to be taken up by Wits. It's already being taken up. They already posted something today on LinkedIn saying that you cannot blame migrants for your economy. And you cannot blame people like me for the filth that is being carried out. And if the priests are part of it, they should be defrocked. It's unacceptable. Respect my boundaries. Stop calling my workplaces Credit Suisse and stop getting other people to call my workplaces and keeping me in low-paid, minimum wage jobs, and that includes TD. I deserve better. When TD let me go, they told me, we are going to call you back. We don't have the work right now. Well, now you've got a plethora of executive assistant roles open. So don't you dare damn tell me we don't have positions. Wake up. Wake up. It's disgusting.